Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm having a great day. Today, well, lots going on. People have been talking about, even on my video with the new Corvette ZR1, talking about my build for the vehicle, how are you going to get the ZTK package, Austin, because it's on constraint. Yes, we need to talk more about that, because I realized I completely skipped that in the video. A lot of people are kind of upset about this right now because the ZR1 ZTK package, which gives you all that Aero, all the downforce, that is technically on constraint right now. So what does that mean? That means that GM is having supply constraint issues with that vehicle. Therefore, you can't actually get the full Aero package for the car on your order right now. It's not available. They have like a quantity of 0 available apparently. That means if you see these lap times going out there online of the ZR1 saying how it's beating these records on 5 different racetracks, that version of the car is not actually available. The version that's available is going to be the standard Corvette ZR1s that do not give you all the aerodynamics. So you face an interesting playing field. Many people want to get this car and never track it. Also, a lot of people want to get this car to only track it. I'm one of those people. I want to take this car on the track because it's got over 1,000 pounds of downforce. Therefore, when we get to the corners and take on some really fast, high-load, high-speed corners, we have all that extra stability to keep the car planted down on the ground. When you're dealing with 1,000 horsepower and the speeds of triple digits very fast, you're taking corners faster than a lot of other cars. Therefore, you need more stability. That is like my #1 concern with this new Corvette ZR1. And I've talked about this before. When you have a car that has 1,000 horsepower, you need to have the stability to handle that in the corners. We've been in a lot of fast cars here on the channel, very fast cars. Many of them struggle to put down the power, or they may face a ton of understeer or oversteer depending on the balance. For example, if you don't have enough rear end downforce, you could face a lot of oversteer, where when you're turning into a corner, the front end has tons of grip, but the back end is not pushed down hard enough and you can kick out. Then, if you get into a corner and let's say you have too much rear downforce, not enough front downforce, you may find yourself turning and nothing's actually happening. You're just pushing outwards. That is what happens when you understeer. So downforce is critical, not only downforce, but balanced downforce, balanced aerodynamics. That's what the ZR1 performance track package is going to give you. Well, when you go to buy this Ultimate Edition Corvette and that version isn't available, you have to try to answer a question, a big question. Do I want to wait a while to get this car with all the downforce? Or do I want to get the car as is and not get the extra downforce or the more focused track suspension that's stiffer? I really am all about having the best performance possible, especially for stability. That's why I really do like cars like the Porsche GT3 RS. That car is so approachable towards its limit because it has a balance to it that really inspires confidence behind the wheel. If you consider getting into a 1,000 horsepower Corvette with the same amount of downforce almost as a standard Z06, well, you're gonna be really dealing with a lot. I thought the Z06 with the Z07 track package felt good on the track, but it needed more downforce. What else did I feel? When I went out with Team Chevrolet to Pittsburgh, yeah, it was Pittsburgh Pit Race. It's a great track over there in Pennsylvania. When I went out there and drove the standard Corvette Z06 with the Z06 with the Z07 package, it was night and day. I noticed a difference in downforce. Let me remind you, you're getting the same wing as a standard Corvette Z06 with the standard Corvette ZR1. Imagine having the same amount of stability as that standard Corvette Z06 with 670 horsepower, but you have almost 400 more horsepower. Can you imagine that? It would feel insane, a lot to handle. I think you have to get the extra rear end downforce. Real quickly, if we can help you guys out with any paint protection, film, ceramic coating, or window tinting for your new Corvette or any new car you have, let us know. We'd love to take care of you here on the beach of Carlsbad, California, right above San Diego and below San Clemente. It's a fun little spot we have out here. It's a cool supercar lair, and if you stop by, you can see all the cool cars we have inside the showroom. It's a lot of fun all the time. You'll find our contact info in the description down below. 10% off is live now. Don't miss it. Another interesting point is if we consider how this car has an S-duct, or just that front aerodynamic element going through the hood, that would mean you have more front-end downforce than rear-end downforce. Because I talked to Josh Holder, the lead engineer, the chief engineer for the whole project, and he basically said to me that the front-end Aero with that new duct design gives you a ton of extra downforce. If I start taking a few steps back and I think about how you have all that extra downforce up front, what's going to happen with the back end basically appearing the same as a regular Corvette Z06? Will you have so much front end downforce and grip that you're just dealing with the back end going out quite a lot? I want to know your thoughts, because the standard ZR1 doesn't even have this dive planes that the Z07 version of the Z06 has. I really do think if you want the utmost performance, you got to get the track package with all the extra downforce. I think downforce in Aero is often overlooked. People look at it and they go, that's just boy racer vibes. You don't need all that. I don't want no gaudy rear wing. It's funny though, because they're there for a reason. It's a physics. Look at a plane. Look at a Formula One race car. They are on the vehicles for good reason. They will change everything when it comes to track performance. If you're buying a $200,000 Corvette, I would assume you would want to buy it and then look back 6 months and tell yourself, gosh, I wish I had the version that wasn't compromised, or the version that gave me everything the car had to offer. I wish I had the version that gave me everything the car had to offer. There's so many different ways you can look at it, and I am a believer in chasing Aero, chasing balance more than anything, more than horsepower, more than anything else. I want a car that is predictable, stable, and balanced. That is like the most important thing to me. So having all that downforce is important to me. That's why I'm sticking with it. And you know what? If I can't get the car right away because of it, that's fine by me. I'm totally cool with that, because I know the way I want the car. I know how I'm going to use the car, and there's no need to compromise that. So if you're in the same scenario, I would just say go with your gut. If you need to wait a little longer, go for it. We're all going to see how this $200,000 Corvette stacks up. Is it going to be better than the exotic cars? We're going to find out. We're going to put up against the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, like we always do here, and see whether or not this car is a supercar. I mean, it's got to be a supercar based off all the numbers, right? But there's another element to a supercar that is hard to pinpoint. I just mean it's got to be able to best the competitors. Okay, the competitors that are currently out from the worldwide leading prestigious automakers. And I'm saying prestigious because this car costs the same as a prestigious car. So you can't look at it and go, oh, it's a Chevy, we should look at it as a Chevy. No. And secondly, I saw some comments saying, oh, you can't compare quality of a McLaren to a Corvette. The Corvette's a way better quality. I laugh at that stuff. My 750's perfect. No problems with it. My 600LT, perfect. Build quality, perfect. No fender gaps, or it's just perfect. Great car. So there's so many fun misconceptions out there. I love it. I love hearing it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm counting down the days, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. And while you do that, hit the notification bell for many more great videos coming out your way. See ya.